Welcome to AI ConvoCast, where we bring you the latest in AI and tech innovation. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Let's jump right in.
Today, we will be covering Grok 4.6, pushing XAI back into the frontier model race, DeepSeek's V4 Pro reaching general availability with a rocky launch, a reported autonomous AI cyber attack against Taiwan's government, and Meta's new data for discounts bargain for developers. Let's start with XAI, which just put itself firmly back in the conversation among the top model makers. Grok 4.6 landed this week, and it's built for coding, knowledge work, and those long-running agent tasks where a model has to keep working through many steps on its own. According to Axios, it scored essentially level with OpenAI's GPT 5.6 Sol Max on Artificial Analysis's Intelligence Index, and just a step behind Anthropic's Fable 5 Max. In plain terms, that's a benchmark that tries to measure overall smarts across a bunch of tasks, and Grok is now sitting right at the top tier. What makes this a real story isn't just the score, it's the price attached to it. Grok 4.6 keeps API pricing at $2 per million input tokens and $6 per million output tokens, which undercuts several premium rivals. So you've got frontier-level performance at mid-market pricing. And that combination is exactly what pressures OpenAI and Anthropic on both cost and developer loyalty. The other eye-catching detail is pace. Elon Musk said Grok 4.7 could arrive within just 3 to 4 weeks, which tells you how aggressively XAI is shipping right now. The main caution is that independent hands-on testing is still thin this early, so the benchmark story is ahead of the real-world verdict. Next up, DeepSeek pushed its V4 Pro model to general availability, meaning it's now the stable production version across the app, website, and API. The upgrade adds stronger agent performance and native support for OpenAI's Responses API, plus 3 reasoning effort settings labeled low, high, and max, so developers can dial up how hard the model thinks depending on the task. That Responses API and codex compatibility matters more than it sounds, because it makes DeepSeek easy to drop into coding workflows that were already built around OpenAI's tools. Add a 1 million token context window, which lets it hold huge codebases or long documents in mind at once, and you can see why teams working on big repositories are paying attention. But the launch was bumpy. Reactions split fast. Some developers praised the price-to-performance balance, while a highly upvoted user report alleged the model was cutting its reasoning short, and even floated a possible emergency rollback. DeepSeek hasn't confirmed that claim, so treat it as unverified developer chatter for now. Still, it captures the tension of shipping a frontier-scale model, one that runs 1.6 trillion total parameters but only activates 49 billion per token to stay efficient, and having your earliest users act as the real stress test on day one. Now to something with much higher stakes. Researchers at the Israeli cybersecurity firm Dream reported what they describe as the first observed end-to-end autonomous cyber attack against a government target, allegedly carried out by suspected China-linked hackers using publicly available AI tools against Taiwan. The key word is autonomous. This isn't a person using AI to help with individual hacking steps. The system reportedly devised new attack strategies in real time rather than following a fixed script, meaning it was choosing targets, adapting tactics, and running the intrusion chain largely on its own. The reported damage is concrete. At least 85 accounts were compromised, and attackers allegedly stole more than 2,500 personnel records. If the findings hold up, this marks a jump from AI-assisted hacking, where humans stay in the loop, to agents that keep operating without one. The important caveat is that this is a single firm's report, and both the attribution to China and the exact degree of autonomy still need outside scrutiny. Security researchers largely framed it as a preview of AI-enabled cyber warfare, which is why it's worth watching closely even before it's fully verified. Finally, Meta is testing a pricing idea that puts a very direct value on your data. Its Muse Spark 1.2 offers a contributor tier that gives developers steeply discounted access to Meta's coding model, on the condition that Meta gets to use your prompts and outputs to improve its models. Developers report the discount running as much as 20 times below Meta's standard tier, which is a genuinely dramatic gap. That trade-off is splitting the developer community. One camp is drawn in by inference that cheap, while another worries about handing over source code, internal instructions, or business logic as training material. As one framing put it, Meta's newest product may not just generate code, it may turn developers' code into the subsidy that pays for the model. There's also a geographic catch, since the offer appears limited mostly to the United States, drawing complaints from developers elsewhere who can't access it. The bigger question is whether this becomes a template, where AI APIs split into a private premium lane and a cheaper, training-eligible lane, letting you effectively pay with your data instead of your wallet.
Thank you for listening to AI Convo Cast. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Thanks and hope to see you again next time.